Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back in the studio. So, I am Dr. Nicole. As you can see, listen, I'm your guide on the side. I'm your partner in possibility. I'm your rise and ride. I am your positivity champion for life. Listen, glad to be with you on this day. Why am I so excited to be with you today? It is day 21 of our 100-day journey. Now, for those of you that know, the first 21 days, or some would even extend that to the first 30 days of any new practice, new habit, new pattern that you're trying to lay down in your neurology. Listen, the first 30 days are the hardest ones to go. They're the biggest lift. So on this magnificent magnetic Monday, as we head into week 35 of this 52-week sprint, through this raucous adventure we call 2025. Listen, coming in on day 21 of our 100-day journey of consciously, intentionally practicing positivity. Hey, that's cause for celebration. That is cause for celebration. So now that you know who I am and know what time it is, hey, let me just let's get clued in on where you have landed. So you've landed here at Practicing Positivity, the studio. So what we do here, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, this is a shared learning lab. This is a conversation between you and me. So we may be having it asynchronously, we may be having it live, we may be having it telepathically. I'm just saying it's possible. I'm down. So, but what we're doing, what we're telepathically communicating about, is we are consciously, intentionally building, curating, collecting, engaging, practicing those tools, resources, those ways of thinking, patterns of being that allow us to nurture those things that give us energy, that give us vitality, that give us a zest for the LIFE. And what we mean by LIFE here in the studio is L, a sense of love, loving kindness. I, inspiration and imagination. F, having a sense of freedom, but also faithfulness to that thing that we came to imprint on this wonderful, exceptional, extraordinary experience we call life. So that's what we're up to, down to, and around to inside of this place when we come together. So it is a joy to begin this day's conversation. So, as you know, this is what we like to do in here. I want to invite you to grab something to write with, something to write on, as we begin to step into our little magic formula for, remember, this is the practice of positivity. So we're looking to create an intentional focus on some aspect or element of positivity. And the reason that I want to back up for those of you that are just joining us, the reason that we want to practice positivity, this positivity, these positive emotions are those things that allow us to not only be our best, but to bring our best, to recognize the best, and to elevate the best in any given situation. So that means we're leaning into resilience, we're leaning into optimism, we're leaning into hopefulness. All of those things allow us to keep our mind open, our heart wide, our thinking spacious, so that we are able to see and bring forth the best solutions no matter what the conditions, the situation, the circumstance that's presenting in that particular moment. So I want to make a clear distinction when we're talking about positivity in this place. Positivity is not it's not something used to tune out. It's something that helps you dial in, not helps you avoid or takes you away from not just the bad things in life or the challenges of life, but sometimes you get so, one can get so busy, I know I do, that I simply miss the opportunities that are available to me. The doors of possibility that are sitting right there, it's like they're invisible to me. So, part of these practices of positivity are those things that allow us to be able to see the best of what's present. But here's what I want you to catch. Here's what I want you to catch. You all know that I am an appreciative inquiry practitioner for many years. I am felt like when I found appreciative inquiry, it was like a soul homecoming or something. Listen, it allows me to see the best in and of myself so that I'm able to then look upon my own self, look inside of my own self with appreciative eyes so that I can see the best of me and bring it into a circumstance on demand or whenever there's an opening and there's some opportunity for me to bring my best on through. So that's why we want to practice positivity. Not, and you know, because here's the thing, you don't want to just start practicing something when it's needed. You want to have practiced before it's needed so that at those moments where you need to call on and summon those positive emotions or those aspects, those success factors for being, bringing, and elevating those positive emotions, that you're able to do so with ease and even some muscle memory so that there's some flow that can happen because you've already got the mechanics worked out. So this 100-day journey is intended to allow us to get the mechanics worked out so we can have some flow to it. Now, that said, let's go. Here's where we're focusing today. We're focusing on one of your, these are the things you have access to this no matter what, where, when. I don't care what your fifth grade teacher told you. I don't care. My fifth grade teacher was Mrs. Grubb. I don't care what Mrs. Grubb told you. I don't care who, what, when. I don't care what the pastor told you. I don't care who told you. Maybe they said something in a moment of frustration that left you with the impression that you didn't have a whole lot of strengths to build with. Well, I'm here to tell you whether you've got, whether you know about, this is the important insight there, whether you know about, the multitude of strengths that you have available to you, we've all got them. So whether you've got your attention locked on 1, 3, 20, we've all got some strengths that we can build with and build on. And the reason why this is significant, I want to pull in some positive psychology here. So here's what we know about strengths. Hello, wonder people. Listen, if you are still here, God bless you. I have just kind of trying to work through some technical challenges here on my end with my internet access. So I'm not sure exactly what is going on, but we are going to continue forward. So here's what I want you to know. Here's what I wanted to share with you before we faded out a moment ago. So we're focusing on strengths. So here's the thing that you have in your back pocket at all times. And as I was saying before, no matter what you've been told, no matter what you have perhaps understood, if you have understood or misunderstood yourself to be someone who doesn't have strengths or doesn't have a lot of strengths because you don't have this or that strength, sorry, that's just simply not true. You have viable, valuable, strong strengths that can assist you in actually, as you see on the screen, strengths are not just traits, or they're not traits, they're tools. You have these tools that you can build with and build on, and build the life that you not only dream about, not only that you desire, but that you deserve. And so here's what I want to just give you this little bit about strengths. Now, we're pulling this from positive psychology and character strengths in particular. And I want to focus on, in positive psychology, what we call your signature strengths. So these, we all have kind of a rockin' 24. I call them the core 24 signature strengths, or I'm sorry, character strengths. And you have about 5, maybe 7 of those that are kind of your signature strengths. And they have a few key traits that I want to drop on you real quick. They are effortless. They are so much a part of you that they take absolutely no energy for you to express. So for some, one of your effortless strengths is being kind. For others, it's being prudent, being conscious, being aware, being a great or having great perspective. For some, it's having that creativity or even a sense of spirituality. And what we mean here is not so much spirituality in the religious sense. In this case, we're talking about spirituality, being able to kind of sense the greater meaning or purpose, the thing that kind of connects it all together. So it's effortless for you to do that. Now, the second part that I want you to know is it is energizing. When you're operating in the realm of your signature strengths, it's energizing when you're expressing that strength. So effortless, energizing, and here I'm going to just move this very, very quickly, and essential to who you are. Let me get my platform here situated. Essential to who you are. This is going to be a great video for someone to watch. I'm very, very clear about that. So, or I'm convicted and convinced about that. Look, I don't care how many times the internet goes out. We're going to go ahead and have this conversation. I want you carrying this with you into week 35. So when you're operating in the realm of your signature strengths, it's effortless for you to express those strengths. Takes no energy. As a matter of fact, it gives you energy, not drains energy away from you. So effortless, energizing, and essential to who you are, like essential to your identity. So as you're thinking about those kinds of strengths that maybe for you, humor is a strength that is just absolutely effortless, and it gives you energy, and it's a part of how who you be in the world. Or it might be, man, you're the person that is that pristine planner. You're the one who is curious. You have a real love of learning. So take a moment, and as you think about those strengths, here's what's significant about those strengths. Listen, when we operate in the realm of our strengths, They multiply our joy. They multiply and expand and amplify our energy. They bolster our resilience. They improve our relationships. They help us connect to a sense of meaning or purpose. So, operating in the realm of our strengths consciously, when we can summon our strengths or a strength and use it in a different way, man, now we're cooking with gas. Now we can start to actually do some things with with our mind focused on, gosh, what is it that I am going to be able to bring behind this strength to assist me in that can open something up for me, that can maybe help me see something from a different perspective, because it's easy for me to do it. But if I use this strength, and this is what I want you to focus on, this is our positivity pause that I want you to carry through the week. Hey, how might I apply one of my signature strengths, one of those strengths that is effortless, that is essential to who I how I be in the world, and that is energizing? How might I use that strength in a new way? So that could be, as an example, so this is a really good one for me. How might I use humility in a new way? So when I show up into a team meeting, or even with a client, or a new coaching client that I'm working with, rather than showing up with my plan and I've got all the answers, I can be humble and say, hey, let me come in. You all actually share with me, give me a good, healthy sense of the context. Help me to understand the ocean that you're swimming in. Help me to get a good, clear read on where you are and what is it that you perceive will be the greatest gift that we could have from our time together, right? So using my humility strength in a way, or in a different arena. As a consultant, I might show up looking, people are looking, right, for me to be the guide. But at home, maybe I can be the follower and letting another family member be the guide. So you want to be able to find, just take a moment and think about, what are the strengths that I have, and just pinpoint one. What's a strength that I have? And how might I apply one of my top strengths, one of my energizers, one of the ones that are essential to how I be in the world? How might I use it in a fresh way? How might I use it in a new way? And see what opens up, see what emerges when I dare to show up with kind of a different perspective, or to use this tool in a slightly different way. So that's what I have for you today, as we are thinking about strengths and how to remember, right, that these strengths are tools that I have at my disposal at any given moment and any given situation. So, as a dear friend of mine said, listen, even in those moments where you might feel hopeless, it doesn't mean that you are. Even in those moments where you might feel powerless, it doesn't mean that you are. Even in those times when you might feel lost, it doesn't mean that you are. And these strengths help us to remember, hey, there's something that I can bring to bear in this situation that can assist me in being, building, and bringing the best that I have to offer, and the best that I can bring to bear on this moment. So this was this was our technical challenge day. So day 21, of course it would show up on day 21, right? We are creating our habit of positivity practice. So of course we would have a breakdown today. Sounds good to me. So here we go. Remember to like, subscribe, and share these experiences of positivity. If you think it will give somebody a smile, give somebody a laugh, give somebody some encouragement, please share the channel with them. Remember, as we amplify positivity, listen, a rising tide raises all ships. You can always find me at tgcconsultinginc.com. And for any additional tools, prompts, practices to keep your positivity fires burning bright, go ahead and sign up at the link that you see at the bottom of your screen. You'll also see this in the description with the YouTube video. So, wow, we made it. We survived. And listen, we're living to tell the story. I will see you tomorrow for day 22. We've got deuces double. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night, no matter, or if you're heading into your day, if you're on the Australia side of the world and beyond. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, my friends. Thanks for hanging in with me. More soon.